Hello and welcome to today's tutorial where I will try to explain wet on wet icing, one of my favorite techniques. Here you can see this Easter egg cookie. The icing is completely flat. The colors blend together but still remain separate. This technique can be a little tricky at first, so here are some tips to make the experience a little bit less painful. Try to have your design somewhat planned in advance. You may have already guessed this important factor: icing consistency is key. Your icing needs to heal, which means when you stir it in the bowl and then you stop stirring it, it has to level out in the bottom of the bowl and become completely flat and level. Once you have achieved the correct consistency with your master batch, you can split it up and then mix your icing with the food color of your choice. If you were to say put in a runnier icing into a thicker icing, what you will have is dense in your icing, and if you were to put a thicker icing into a runny icing, you will get bumps. And so icing consistency is very important to achieving a perfectly flat ceramic looking finish. Wet on wet icing is on the runny side, and so if you have it in piping bags and you leave your piping bags on your work surface, it will ooze out, and you may find it easier to work in a squeeze bottle since you can put it upright. My last tip is try to be somewhat sure that you will be uninterrupted. The moment you start a cookie, you have to finish it. You cannot take a break in between. This is wet on wet. The whole thing has to be done before the icing has time to dry. And so you cannot tend to a crying baby or answer the door, the phone. Everything has to be done all at once. Now on to the fun part. Let's decorate a cookie. I am covering the surface of the cookie in this pretty blue icing. I am trying to work as quickly as I can, covering the cookie completely without adding too much icing, since I have to consider I'll be adding more icing with the other colors. Once I have the base layer of icing somewhat smooth, I can come in immediately with my other colors. I'm starting off here with some pink, adding some lines, and then immediately some dots. Again, working as quickly as I can, I grab my yellow, adding some more lines and dots. I'm layering the colors, as you can see here, adding some yellow dots in the middle of the pink. Wet on wet is magic. The colors sync together, becoming kind of one ceramic looking surface. My final color, white, I'm adding a white dot to the center of each of my colored dots. And now I'm coming in with my needle tool. You could certainly use a toothpick. I'm wiping after each drag just to make sure that I'm not mixing up my colors and, making it look messy. I want it to look polished and professional, and this drag gives it a nice little effect. That's the other great thing about wet on wet, the fact that you can come in with tools and create more effects such as marbling and different things. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and I'll see you next time.